So in technicality, this is Steven Spielberg's second film, but this is his first feature film, which got released in theaters because he made Duel in '71, and then a few years later, in 1974, he released this movie, The Sugarland Express. I have never seen this film until now, which stars Goldie Hawn in her great days. Yes, this is when Goldie Hawn was Goldie Hawn, everyone, so that was a great pleasure to watch. This film is about Goldie Hawn, who is heading to prison to basically break out her husband, who is in jail. When she breaks him out, she gets in a cop car with a cop, and they pretty much kidnap him. So it's her husband, and a cop across the country to head across Texas to go to Sugarland, which I've never been to, so I do say across the country, but basically across the state, I think it's still in Texas, because the whole movie's like in a day or whatever. But basically, she's trying to get to her kid, and her kid's going to be set up for adoption. She wants to stop that, so she gets her husband out of jail, and now we're on a wild goose chase. Now, watching this movie, the first movie that I thought of while watching this was Smokey and the Bandit, and I looked it up. This movie came out before Smokey and the Bandit, and that really made me think, does Smokey and the Bandit draw inspiration from this movie? It's because this was Steven Spielberg's very first film in theaters. He was only 26 years old when he made this film, and he had Goldie Hawn, who was basically in her prime, because she's just freaking gorgeous in this movie. She's adorable. She's so pretty, and I'm glad this movie didn't make her like feature her looks and that's all she is, because Goldie Hawn is really good in this movie. I've actually never seen this movie before. I've never even seen it on TV or anything. I told my mom and dad, I was like, hey, I'm watching Sugarland Express. They were like, what? And they're like, oh, I've seen it before. I've never seen it till now. And I'd say this right now, I enjoyed this movie. I looked up a few reviews because I wanted to see like what it did back then. A lot of people seem to like this movie, except for Roger Ebert, who apparently just didn't like this movie. But you know, that's his opinion. He's the goddess of goddess and critics. But in my opinion, I had a blast with this movie. The movie is morely of a comedy drama, and basically Goldie Hawn and her husband, at first, they're just Texas dumb, if you ask me. This movie has definitely funny moments, and it's mainly from these two, because they're not bad people. They are just trying to get to Sugarland to see their son, basically for 15 minutes before going straight back to jail, the both of them, really. And they have a cop that's kidnapped, but guess what? They start growing a relationship, and one of my favorite parts of this movie is, while they're doing this in this car, there's 100 cop cars behind them chasing them down, and it's honestly great because it's all real cop cars. All those cars were real. There was no CGI. There was none in this movie. It was all those cars were real, and going down the highway, you had 100 cars chasing you. There's some great shots. I love Spielberg's direction, especially there's one scene where basically the camera is set in the back of the trunk, and they're having a full conversation with these three characters, and there's also a cop on the side of them on the radio talking to him. It's all one shot, and the car does behind them, side of them, front of them, to the right of them. It's all one take, and that is why I love Spielberg, guys. That is the reason right there. The man is the king of one-take shots, and no one ever talks about it. He's so good with them. Like, I'm going to talk about more about these in certain future movies, but the man is so good at one-shots. It's so underrated. He's so good at them, and this movie has a lot of those. I really enjoyed these three characters. Goldie Hawn, like I said, pretty face, but they don't use that just because she's Goldie Hawn. She's actually a good actress. There's really good scenes between her, because she's not a complete idiot. She's just a nice-hearted lady who just wants to get to her son before adoption gets him, and then they will never see him again. That's all she wants. But what's funny is everyone in Texas starts pulling for them. Like, there's literally a scene of them driving through a city, and basically everyone in that town is saying, go them, go criminals, go. Even though there's a kidnapped cop in there, handcuffed, yeah, let's go criminals. They start giving them like pigs and teddy bears and roses and money in the car. It's very outrageous and everything, but that's what makes it funny to me. I enjoyed it. I laughed a lot in this movie. It's very funny. Like, there's a really good joke between Goldie Hawn and her husband, because at the first they go to this gas station, and the guy just basically tells Goldie Hawn, he's like, hey, do you need to go? She's like, no, I'm good. 10 minutes later in the movie, she's like, I gotta pee, and it's just funny. I find that amusing. They get like a full truck to bring them a porta potty, It's funny, man. Like they even go through a drive-through and get like chicken and everything, and they're eating whatever. But come on, there are so many times these cops could have easily taken them out. Like I know there's a hostage right there, but come on, there are so many times they could have easily got them. And besides all the good humor, there is good drama, especially toward the end of this movie. There's a great shootout in a car lot that I really enjoyed. I like the editing in that scene and the sound design, but the ending is definitely where it hits the feels, and everyone blames Spielberg for always being the heartwarming director. I actually really enjoyed this ending, even though it's not heartwarming. It's a heartwarming-ish. But it's something that I thought it was going to end this way. It didn't. And this actually movie is based on a true story that happened in 1969, which is really interesting too. But I like the ending. It's not like, to me, it's not like the happiest ending you can watch, but it's heartwarming-ish. And when you watch it, you understand. But besides a few just my issues, I would say it takes about like, the first 10 minutes of this movie feels very choppily edited. Like when she's actually breaking him out, it's the most like simplest breakout ever. But in 1974, I guess that's how you did visiting in a prison, I guess. I don't know. But for me watching, I was like, so she literally just got him out of prison by doing that. That's it. I mean, they basically walk out the gate. And it's like, you're telling me there's no guards looking and like knowing they're prisoners and like keep writing down their names and making sure they're all there? Like, I don't know. How she broke him out is the most unbelievable way possible, but it was 1974, so I don't really know. I will give the Sugarland Express an A-. I have to say, for his first feature movie to have Goldie Hawn in 1974, like one of the biggest names then, what a star to have in your movie, and to give her an actual like meaty role. I loved it. And also the cop and the husband movie were also really good. I love their chemistry and everything. But the next film I will be reviewing is one of my favorites, Jaws. Yeah, I'm excited for that one, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, everyone.